Recently, Joe Rogan had Alonzo Bodden on his podcast. For 12 minutes of that podcast, they talked about guns and gun laws. I feel this conversation was a great insight into the way a lot of people in this country see guns and gun control. Unfortunately, a good amount of it was misinformed. Now, so that people who actually need to see this video are inclined to actually watch it, I'm going to address each point in this video in a series of videos so that they're short and shareable.
Like the guns, like that was the thing, right? When they first said guns are not essential, right? Then they pulled back on that. And they said,
it was essential, and then they decided to stop it from being essential because there's giant lines outside of gun stores, and people were kind of tweaking, and then people complained about that, and then they stepped in and said it's not, and everybody said, fuck you, and then they go, okay, we're kidding, you can have your guns.
So let me tell you, because I directly experienced this last week. I bought a gun. But the way I had to do it was you go online and you make an appointment with the gun store. I had to wait outside, 6 feet apart or whatever, and they brought you in one at a time, and then I was able to do it. I did the background check. By the way, the people who fight against the test and the background check, like how, like, do you understand how, have you done it? Do you know how easy these questions are?
They're very easy.
There's questions on there like, are you a felon?
Yes.
Are you, is there currently a restraining order out against you? Like, well, who would check yes on that box?
Alonzo was talking about a 4473 form, which is the form you have to fill out before you submit your information to the FBI for a background check. This form is not the actual background check. It's basically a questionnaire about your criminal and drug history along with your personal information. At that point, once you fill the form out, you then sign an affidavit stating that everything on this form is true. The personal information on this form is then submitted to the FBI, and then they run the actual background check. Lying on this form is technically a felony, but hardly, if anyone, is ever actually charged for lying on this form. From there, the FBI will either give a proceed, delay, or deny. Proceed means you can buy the gun. Delayed means they need more time to figure things out, which could be as simple as you having a common name and they want to make sure they have the right person. Denied usually means you legally can't own a gun.
Well, you have to, because if they find out that you're lying, you'll never get a gun.
Right. Well, I'm pretty confident that I'll pass and I'll get it. And the guy was cool. The funny thing was, one of the big things was the size of my hands, right? So I have big hands. So he's kind of like, yeah, man, you got to literally try it on and see how it fits. And the Glock fit my hand really well. And then I was asking about shotguns, and he was like telling me, because I've fired shotguns, I've done that skeet shoot and stuff, and he was talking to me about tactical shotguns. And so he said, yeah, he said, you probably want one of these because you don't really have to aim too well when you got one of these. You just blast in the direction. I was like, all right, that sounds good.
I really wish gun store attendants would stop saying this goofy shit to new gun buyers. Fuds around the world have been telling this lie to people for decades, and it's not true. You do have to aim a shotgun, and you have to aim it well. Shotguns don't shoot a wall of bullets. It's more like throwing a small rock. You don't have to be as precise as, say, shooting a handgun or a rifle, but the differences are marginal because you still have to aim, and you have to aim well.
Well, I want to use a shotgun to defend myself because of the spray. You don't have to aim as much. And that is patently false. But I want to show you something. This is what a shotgun round looks like at 5, 7, and 10 yards. Now, you can see the patterns on these targets. Look at this right here at 5 yards. That's a small pattern. That's a small group. You could miss if you don't aim carefully. I aimed carefully at each of these targets. The big holes are from the wads. The small holes are from the pattern of the bird shot. Take a look at this and then stop and think. Even with a shotgun, you have to aim.
Shotguns, especially pump shotguns, are actually pretty tough to operate efficiently under pressure, which during a self-defense situation, you will be under a ton of pressure.
Good. Move over. Move over. Other way, girlfriend.
Oh, gotta reload. Oh yeah, this is a pump.
It's okay. It's okay.
So
Take your time.
She can probably take out all those.
Yep. Keep going. You're fine. You're fine. You got 15 seconds, okay? So you gotta finish this. Keep going. Rack it. Rack it.
It won't rack.
Yes, it will. Rack it.
It won't rack.
That was unbelievable.
She's stuck. Oh,
4.
time's out.
And see, that's what I was worried about. I don't have to
2.
worry about that. So you have a chance to
Why wouldn't it
reload.
rack? Shit.
Stop. You're done.
If you don't have a lot of experience with the shotgun, you can easily pull a prom night and short stroke or short shuck the shotgun, causing the gun to jam up on you. Not to mention, there are a lot of people who go out and buy cheap shotguns thinking they'll never jam. Well, this is wrong. In short, the 4473 form is not the actual background check. And yes, you do actually have to aim a shotgun, and you have to aim it well. Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can help do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and clicking the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice, and let them know you want to keep America tactical, because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to purchase your AR-15s are essential, I will not comply. I am the militia. I lost all my guns in a boating accident, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirt, click the link next to my head or the link in the description section. Or if you're watching this on a mobile device, tap the small triangle on the lower right-hand side of this video and click the link in the description.